Hypothetical calculations complete. Our assumptions were way off. I just derived Shiva's theoretical max output from the last engagement's measurements. Here it is.
Holy moly! Look at those numbers! Are you sure you didn't misplace a decimal somewhere? This would mean she's as powerful as all of ARCs combined! That's nuts!
Nuts? Maybe. But true.
A way to suppress photons? Oh, that's right! I remember!
That was originally a field designed to seal Magatsu's power. If we could repurpose it for sealing Shiva's power, that is, her photons, then we might just stand a chance.
Yes! We can do this! I just know Sukuna-hime will be glad to help us! Come on! Let's go pay Sukuna-hime a visit on Haruka-tan!
O mighty shadow, darker than the blackest night, bestow upon me the power to devour my enemies and become Phantom. At the cusp of twilight, vanish into darkness amidst the moonlit gloom.
Of something quicker than the eye can see! So this is the new Phantom class, huh? But what was with the, dramatic reading right before your attack? Wouldn't that give the enemy plenty of time to escape? I mean, is that really necessary?
Of course it's necessary. Enemies who hearken to my words will be petrified with fear, draining them of their resolve to flee in the face of certain death. This umbral incantation is needed to stop the enemy cold in its tracks.
I don't know. Are you sure you're not just chanting because it sounds cool? Ugh, Patty, don't just come out and say it!
Don't be absurd. The chant is essential for victory. At least speaking for myself, it is.
I think I get it. If you want to be a Master Phantom, you've got to go full edgelord and embrace the darkness. I don't have a clue what it means, but that little speech you gave sure sounded cool. Teach me the way of the Phantom.
What are you doing, stupid? You've already made Kyokuya mad enough as it is.
Very well.
Really?
The Phantom class depends not upon ridiculous concepts such as justice in battle. Think only of defeating your enemy. Disregard justice. Look away from the light and never fear the power of darkness. In your case, Guardian, I can only imagine what an Arksop as powerful as you could do as a phantom. If that justice-obsessed simpleton sees something in you, then even she may have some redeeming qualities after all. Perhaps I've said a bit too much. Farewell.
That guy's so friggin' cool! I want to do that awesome chant too! Oh, mighty phantom, shrouded in darkness!
Shredded? I think shrouded is the word you're looking for if you're trying to sound like him. Whatever. What kind of scoop did you get on the new Phantom class and its advocate, Patty?
Tormented warriors, wreathed in blackest mystique. Words as sharp as any blade, their sanguine judgment falls heavy and swift. Behold the 11th class Phantom!
And we've lost her. By the way, did you hear about the newly established Phantom class? Rumors are going around that it's the Shadow of Arcs, among other strange stuff. I'm sure it's unrelated to Void, but it still has me pretty concerned. The upper ranks that approved it think it holds an important place in the Arcs community. But Arcs is better off without a class that dabbles in shady practices. Anyone who's okay working under a questionable moral code is a bad apple in my book. That path only leads to sorrow. Maybe it's faster if I tell him directly.
I'm impressed you could sense me here.
So... out of curiosity, did you come to hear my songs, Kyokuya? As the Phantom Advocate?
Don't be absurd.
And let me ask this again. Why do you choose to live the way of the shadow? It only leads to sorrow.
Now that we have the hero class representing light, the natural order dictates that it casts a shadow. The light is too bright for me, which is why I've chosen the way of the shadow, where I can shape my destiny with my own hands.
So, you think being a shadow to balance out the light will bring you happiness? Still. If the shadow's power is found wanting, the shadow itself shall be consumed, life and all.
Well said. Your position in the Intelligence Bureau is based on merit after all. Yet I wonder if one who fits between light and dark can triumph over the sheer density of my shadow.
It's undeniable that you put a great deal of effort into obtaining that power.
Effort? Don't make me laugh. I was born with the talent to walk the shadow's path. Effort has nothing to do with it.
Did you never consider walking another path? Choosing to live as the shadow means inevitably hurting those you hold dear. It strips you of the ability to love and be loved in return. Do you fully understand this?
You're quite humorous. Listen well. Shadow appears in the absence of light. The two can never coexist. The one who knows only of light moves toward the shadow. The one who insidiously knows their despair shall take root. You asked how prepared I am to walk the path I've chosen, but you fail to realize that I have already walked it to the bitter end. Thus, It is not in the nature of a shadow to love or be loved.
Then, the sadness and despair you hold inside is the basis of the shadow.
If anyone is clinging to sadness, it is you. I cannot begin to fathom the depth of your sorrow. The shadow does not suit you. Compassion, kindness, and the ability to smile are traits unique to the powerful light. Perhaps I've said too much. Farewell.
Doesn't he know I'm the 0 of 6? How dare he show such disrespect? But I see right through him. He's keeping his distance from others so as not to hurt someone important to him. And although he denies it, I'm fairly sure he is a man of tremendous diligence. I sense there's something he's very passionate about achieving. I say he's worthy of our trust.
O power of darkness residing within me, the time is now. Hearken to our eternal covenant. Hey, it worked? Oh, it's you. Please don't give me that look. The new Phantom class was just made official, right? So I can only assume the Advocate will come and badger me into selling it for him. What do you mean I could just say no? I'd feel bad doing that, considering how much effort they put into making these classes. So I'm practicing for when the time comes, and he needs me to do PR for him. I helped out with Stratos, didn't I? Heed my summons, oh mighty Phantom Advocate! Whoa! I actually summoned him?
Somebody called for me. For the Phantom. Was it you? You again? Waiting for the Phantom, are you? Perhaps you're fascinated with death.
Yeah, I don't think that's it at all. Anyway, what sort of advertising does a Phantom need? Lay it on me, baby! I've been practicing some potential lines.
What are you talking about? Who asked you to promote me?
Huh? Well, I mean...
I heard someone calling out, so I heeded the summons. You're telling me it was just some juvenile prank?
Hold on now. Aren't you gonna advertise the new class? Don't you want people to learn the ways of the Phantom?
If you're that obsessed with promoting me, feel free to do so. On your own.
No, I'm not! It's just that Katori and Stratos were desperately trying to recruit for their new class, so I figured...
A Phantom has no need for that. We reside in darkness. Those who bask in the sun and only see light could never hope to understand. A word of advice for you. Renounce the way of the Phantom while you still can. Only oblivion awaits those who peer into the abyss. One last thing. That chant of yours was not half bad. A little training will go a long way. Farewell.
I don't know what to say, boss. You still keep some strange company. If he's not even promoting his class, I've been standing in front of all these shoppers chanting my butt off for nothing! I'll never live this day!
Kyuki, you coward! I said that was enough, so why didn't you stop?
I have no problem being called a coward. If that's what it takes to win. No method is too underhanded.
You've gone too far! Don't you care about my feelings? You're such an idiot, Kyuki.
Wait. Why is everyone staring daggers at me? I sense great hostility.
Because you're the bad guy here, Kyoki. Right? I guess you're right. It's a
bad look to cause a scene like this in front of everyone. My apologies. Let me explain what happened. We were in Amduskia to suppress Draconians in the corrupted region. The tainted Fallspawn were extremely tough, but I wanted to take them on in a fair fight, in the name of justice.
Pathetic. And how'd that work out for you?
Our operatives suffered heavy casualties, and because I was so fixated on my front, they got hurt shielding me from a sneak attack. I was distracted and let my guard down. But suddenly, the tainted Fallspawn started dropping one after another. It was Kyoki and his Phantom, sapping at work, even though I asked him not to do it.
So what? You were ordered to suppress the Draconians. Slaughter is not how you keep justice. Your insistence on righteousness and proper methodology is what led you to sustaining casualties. Is that what a hero does?
Well, no, but...
A hero virtuously protects others, fighting to the very end. No, that's your conviction. But conviction dulls the mind. Now that you've faced a situation where justice failed to protect those you value, do you still subscribe to it? Justice has clouded your judgment. Use your own eyes to determine what is right. That is what will keep your mind sharp. I don't want to see you get hurt again.
I'm fine now, Kyoki. I'm a different person than I was back then. When my kind of justice can't solve the problem, your version of it can help. I see that now. Anyways, my apologies for all that drama. I'd better be off now.
It's horrible! Just plain horrible! I refuse to accept this!
Would you stop whining? Ah, it's you. Don't mind Katori here.
I've gotta know, why is the Phantom class so popular despite not having a lick of advertising? Oh, do you think they were forced into phantomhood through Code Abyss?
Please ignore Katori and her delusions.
Now you're calling me delusional?
It is a bit puzzling how a class could gain so much recognition without any advertising.
Saga and I put our hearts and souls into promoting our class to get bouncers on the map. So it doesn't seem fair to me. What do you think happened? Seriously? It's kinda cool. That's it? Something is not right here. Do you realize what Stratos did to popularize the hero class? So much.
Advertising. Pathetic.
How long have you been behind me?
Anyone convinced to be a phantom through advertising will eventually face regret and ruin.
How did you fly under my radar from such a short distance? That takes remarkable skill. Are you the Phantom Advocate? The one they call Kyokuya?
It is you, isn't it? What do you have up your sleeve? I mean, zero advertising? Come on! Wait! Did you use some sort of, like, reverse psychology? Advertising by not advertising! Is that a thing?
Don't be absurd.
There's nothing absurd about it! Getting your class recognized is a big deal! Stratos put a huge amount of effort into promoting the hero class, and it's paid off!
That is precisely what I'm calling absurd.
How dare you insult Stratos like that? She poured her heart and soul into that class!
Pardon, Katori. She's not exactly one to keep a cool head. Still, would you humor me and answer one question? You said something about facing regret and ruin. What did you mean by that?
Exactly what I said. Walking the path of the Phantom is a grave undertaking. One who is not ready to abandon justice, who becomes a phantom as a result of advertising, will die full of regret and despair. Only those who realize that even justice has its limits will naturally be called to the way of the Phantom. Only the latter deserves to be a phantom. That's all there is to it.
So, you accept only those who have fully prepared themselves in body and spirit, the opposite of a hero who embraces growth.
The meaning of life is different to a hero. The Phantom exists solely to achieve what is unachievable through justice. The indecisive are nothing but a hindrance. If you want them, I cede them all to you. Farewell.
Of all the arrogant, sour-faced blowhards I've met, he really takes the cake.
His resolve is commendable, but overconfidence can be dangerous. You'd best be careful.
Hey, is that the big shot secret to success? Being an arrogant jerk? Right, it's time for a tactical shift. I'll be the biggest jerk in the fleet if it means getting new recruits.
You seem to be laboring under a key misconception here.
And a big hello from Patty of ARC's #1 news source, Patia. Today, we have a candid, no-holds-barred interview with Lucot, advocate of the newly certified Étoile class. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bam!
It's quite a feat how annoying you can be from the very beginning. I'm sorry, Lucot. Would you humor us with this interview?
I'd be more than happy to.
Let's get down to business then. First of all, what do you feel is the most important in your daily life?
Well, to sum it up in a word, I'd have to say trust. As a maid, it's important to earn the trust of those I work for by showing them I'm right for the job. Take the way I dress, for instance. I think it's easier to trust someone with a job when they're dressed in clean, form-fitting attire. When I'm wearing my maid outfit, I can find my focus and work diligently, knowing it's the perfect attire for the task.
Makes perfect sense to me. I think maid outfits are adorable. Don't you want to try one on, Tia?
What? I don't, no!
On to the next question. Tell us about some of your hobbies or special skills.
My hobby would be cleaning, and my special skill is making sweets.
Cleaning is a hobby for you, huh? Wow, you and Tia would get along great.
For me, it's not a hobby. It's more of a necessity. Because you're always leaving messes everywhere.
So, why is it you enjoy cleaning so much?
I enjoy the process of tidying and polishing an area until it's squeaky clean. People often tell me that my standards are too high. If I haven't cleaned to my satisfaction, I will dirty the place up again to clean it properly.
So you put the trash and dust back to clean it up again. Wow, like a perpetual motion machine.
It's not like that at all, idiot. Anyway, what sorts of sweets can you make, Lucot?
Baked goods, mostly. I really enjoy thinking up my own recipes, but flavor and presentation have to be perfect. That sweet aroma of freshly baked goods, people smiling when they open the box, and the moan of satisfaction when they taste them. Those are the moments I cherish. They just put me on cloud 9.
I see. I see. You've got me curious about your original recipes. Spill the deets, sister.
I'm afraid they are a trade secret.
Oh, come on. If you make them secret, that makes me want to know them even more.
Hey, chill out. Just because we're informants, that doesn't mean we force people to cough up their secrets. Everybody has at least one.
Funny that you'd mention secrets, Tia. Because as long as we're on the subject, that maid outfit you...
Good heavens! Would you just look at the time? That concludes our live interview with Lukat, the new Etoile advocate. Bye!
What? Tia, stop! Don't pull me like that!
Those two are so cute. Good talk, girls.